shine sunlight into dark places, and to take the bold actions that the status quo love to run and hide from. It's no surprise that the Crossbench are standing here with this piece of work, with this detailed blueprint for what we could do in the 48th Parliament. But forget not one of us is guaranteed to be standing here again in the 48th Parliament. We're about to have an election. And what we've just witnessed in the House of Representatives and in the Senate is so-called electoral reform. It's the major parties, I think, rather cynical attempt to undertake democratic reform. You'll make your own judgments about that, but the strength of the crossbench is only as strong as the nation's democracy. We want to see reforms to transparency and integrity in our democratic system, and most certainly in the halls of this Parliament. I will be fighting to see the National Anti-Corruption Commission fulfil the ambition that I had for it coming into this Parliament. I was very happy to see it legislated, but I have some concerns about how it's fulfilling its function, and I will be fighting to restore what was originally in the legislation, and that was to hold public hearings when in the public interest. And we saw in this Parliament the two major parties coming together on a last-minute change to what was extremely strong legislation to do a deal on the exceptional circumstances clause to make sure that we almost will never see a public hearing in the National Anti-Corruption Commission. So this document spells out again how we strengthen our democracy, how we make sure that promises given are promises fulfilled. Similarly, we haven't seen the reforms that we want to see collectively around whistleblower reform, particularly the establishment of a whistleblower protection authority. If I'm privileged enough to be back here, I'll be continuing to fight for that reform, because we know that the brave people who stand up against a tidal wave of difficulty in order to report corruption are the ones that in fact suffer for doing so. Again, I want to thank the Australia Institute, my colleagues, and everyone in Australia who wants to see a stronger democracy, who wants to see transparency, ethics, good governance and accountability in the Australian Parliament. Think very carefully about how you vote this election.